Great Manager Awards and the Companies with Great Managers, organized by Colombo Leadership Academy in strategic partnership with People's Business. We have been doing the Great Manager Awards for the last 5 years, and in 2020 we had a great year with private sector and government sector organizations participating to nominate their great managers and take them through the scientific assessment model. So Colombo Leadership Academy, together with People's Business, created the scientific managerial effectiveness assessment model, DACT, whereby a broader spectrum of leadership and managerial competencies are analyzed to evaluate what truly makes a great manager great. So in this process, the companies too gets into an organization culture assessment to verify and validate whether these companies who are recognized as companies with great managers have an ecosystem to create and nurture more great managers. The organizations go through a culture scan, and this includes is there an ecosystem to nurture more great managers in the organization? Is the leadership accessible from all the avenues? Is there cross-functional collaboration in the organization? Are the engagements of great learning and development truly help people to excel and improve their execution skills? And is there a system to challenge the status quo in the organization and improve creativity and innovation? So all these aspects on the organization culture gets validated, and it goes through a panel of governors, and finally they are conferred the award, "We are a company with great managers." So when it comes to great managers themselves, there is a broader spectrum, a scientific tool by the name of DACT that is introduced to assess the managerial and leadership quotients of the managers. The first pillar is how much of drive these managers and leaders have in meticulously planning and implementing and executing the tasks given by the management. Second, we try to validate and see to what extent the managers and other leaders are aligned to deliver the organizational vision of the organization. So this could include sometimes HR, finance, compliance, legal, audit, manufacturing. Some of these divisions may not be directly involved in business revenues or business development, but they do contribute for organizational growth. So there is an opportunity for these members or HODs to be nominated so that they could be assessed on the leadership quotient in this particular domain. So together, the third domain involves coaching, to what extent these managers and leaders coach and mentor their deputies for further growth. Is my supervisor coaching and developing me? Is my supervisor improving to develop my execution skills? So these are very important aspects on the managerial effectiveness domain to see whether there is a culture of managers coaching more managers in the organization. The fourth pillar is to see how well the teams are engaging. Sometimes the managers are great in working with their own teams, but are they great in working with their cross-functional teams, and to what extent collaboration is achieved to drive the entire organizational vision? The fifth and the most important pillar is what is the leadership integrity of this manager or the leader? In his absence, do things work? Do processes flow without any problems or any disturbances? Does this manager walk the talk? What is the integrity of this manager is assessed. So overall, there is a scoring pattern that gives all the managers a possibility of entering into the second round. The moment their scores are calibrated, the governors invite them for a validation interview, through which each of these dotted lines are connected to see the scores that correlate to their actual performance through the interviews. So this year we have been absolutely privileged to have large government and private sector companies and conglomerates, banks and insurance companies winning away the awards. And we have opened the registrations for 2021 so that your great managers and high performing team members could be nominated, and to see how this assessment helps them to further improve and raise their benchmarks and truly call themselves great managers. So we would like to invite all of you to join the Great Manager alumni and to be recognized as a company with great managers.
The Great Manager Awards, recognizing companies with great managers. How do your managers stack up against industry peers? Identify, assess and recognize the leadership quotient of your managers, benchmarking industry best practices. The Great Manager Awards.